Welcome to Laying Down Content Foundations. In this module, we're going to be doing two things. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to break all of the bullshit that you've been fed over the years about content and actually give you total clarity on what you should be focusing on to build a personal brand. And the second thing that we're going to do is we're going to break down all of the things that are currently stopping you from growing and fixing it so you no longer have these things weighing you down. So let's start out with the bullshit. Most of everything doesn't matter. Trending sounds don't matter, hashtags don't matter, and time to post just doesn't matter. Everything other than creating a good video doesn't matter. Now, of course, will some of these things help your content perform slightly better? But will they make a bad video perform good? Fuck no. First thing that you need to understand is that these social media platforms are businesses. And just like every other business, they need to make money. Now, for pretty much every social media out there, the only ways that they make money is number one, subscriptions, and number two, advertisements. In a later module, I will walk you through on how we're going to be giving them our money for these subscriptions. But for the advertisements part, that's what you should be focusing on. Social media platforms predominantly get paid based upon how long they can keep viewers on their platform. So the longer a viewer scrolls through Instagram or any other social media platform, the more advertisements the viewer will watch, and hence the more money that the platform makes. So we're not going to try to fight the fucking platform with hashtags and trending sounds. Looking at these platforms' algorithms as if they were this big final boss is the reason why most creators will never see any sorts of success. The best mindset shift that you can make around content is shifting your mind around the platform's algorithm from being this big final boss that is stopping you from getting any views to starting to look at everything from the perspective of the platform. Every single social media platform works like this, but for the sake of the video, let's just use Instagram as an example. The only thing that Instagram's algorithm is optimizing for is to show its viewers videos that will keep them on their platform for longer. So I want you to imagine two different scenarios. In scenario number one, you just posted a new video. Naturally, Instagram began testing your videos with a small group of viewers. When Instagram showed your video to the first test group, on average, within the first 5 seconds of your video, almost every single viewer scrolled past it. And even worse, some viewers just left Instagram to do something more entertaining. In this particular scenario, you're just a dickhead, and of course Instagram isn't going to show your video to more people. Of course that video is not going to get any fucking views. In Instagram's eyes, you are literally costing them money. On the opposite end, let's imagine the second scenario. You post another new video, and again, Instagram's algorithm began testing that video with a small group of viewers. And then when Instagram showed your video to the first test group of viewers, almost 70% of the viewers watched your video from start to finish. Your video was getting comments, your video was getting likes, and the first test group was sharing the fuck out of this video. In this scenario, you are no longer a dickhead. You and your video are looked at as a money printer. Now, in this scenario, do you really think Instagram gives a fuck on if your hashtags are optimized for this video or if it was posted at a good time? All Instagram cares about is that this video, your video, is indirectly making them money. It is the exact same way that you would look at a paid ad. If you ran a paid advertisement on Instagram and after you spent that $500, that video advertisement brought you 0 leads and made you 0 money, would you continue to put any more money into that ad? Probably not. Now let's say you decided to record a different advertisement for Instagram and you just wanted to throw $100 at it to test it. And for some odd reason, that ad ended up bringing you 100 qualified leads and made you well over $5,000. If that was the case, you would be throwing every dime you had into this advertisement trying to get it shown to more people. So whenever you look at the two paid advertisement scenarios, which one would you choose? It is the exact same concept when the algorithm chooses videos. You're not competing with the algorithm. You are only competing with the other videos the algorithm has to choose from. If you take anything from this course, I want you to take this. If a video did not perform good, or at least as much as you like, it was never that the platform had you shadow banned or you weren't using the right hashtags. Your video was just dog shit. If your video performs bad, then your video is fucking bad. The same way on the flip side, if your video performs good, your video is fucking good. My main goal is to make sure you don't become a victim to the other social media gurus telling you that all these other things matter. The only thing that you should be focusing on is creating better videos that your viewers not only want to watch, but to also engage with. Becoming the obvious money printer that the platform's algorithm wants to show to everyone. Of course, that's easier said than done, and we'll get into how to make good fucking videos later in this course, I promise. But back to the point, hashtags, trending sounds, and time to post, and anything else all falls under how long did someone watch your video and did they engage with your video. And yes, later in the course, I will be going over how to quote-unquote growth hack, is what I like to call it. But for now, watch time and engagement is the only thing to focus on. Now, whenever I talk about this, typically the next question is, which platform should you be posting your soon-to-be good videos onto? Let's talk about it. Do I believe that you should be posting on multiple platforms? Fuck yes, I do. Do I believe that you should be optimizing and splitting your focus across multiple different platforms? Fuck no. When it comes to posting your content, I will always preach to take as many swings as possible, but to only pick one that you really want to knock out of the park. And when it comes to which platform you should choose for that, I don't really think that there's an argument against Instagram. Firstly, the collaboration on Instagram is amazing. People actually message each other unlike TikTok and the other platforms. Secondly, if MiniChat is still around whenever you're watching this module, that is another great reason on why Instagram is up there right now. Plus, the stories feature on Instagram is actually relevant and people will actually click on them. And lastly, whenever you're at the bar networking with a new businessman that you just met and he asks for your contact information, you are never going to go, "Hey bro, here's my TikTok." You're either going to give them your IG or your phone number. Now, don't take this and think that I'm saying that you should be only creating videos for purely Instagram. However, I am saying Instagram is where you should be putting your focus if your main goal is to build a personal brand and, more importantly, monetize your personal brand. But like I said, every single social media platform out there all has the same exact incentivization. Good videos are good videos, and just because you posted a video onto TikTok does not mean that if you repost it to Instagram, it's going to be any more boring. So with that in mind, repost these videos onto as many platforms as possible. TikTok, Facebook Reels, YouTube Shorts, LinkedIn, even Twitter. Just take as many swings at the bat as possible and aim to knock one out of the park. Now, whenever I tell people to do this, the first question always is, that sounds like a lot of work. What are your thoughts on using a third-party scheduler like later? And that question begins the section of breaking down all the things that you're currently doing that is stopping you from growing and fixing it so these things don't weigh your personal brand down. So back to the question, and if you don't know what a third-party scheduler is, it's basically a repurposing tool that will post all of your videos at once onto multiple different platforms. So the question is, would I use them? Personally, I wouldn't. Now keep in mind, anything I say at this point is completely theoretical and based off my own anecdotal experience. But I would stay away from the third-party scheduler and pretty much any other lazy shortcut that's popular right now. Things like paying for followers, paying for Instagram shoutouts, doing giveaways on your account, and even running paid ads onto your videos. The overarching reason on why I believe that these things are hurting your growth is just because everything that I just named is a short-term fix to a long-term problem. Look at it this way, if your content was getting 1 million views per video, would you give a shit about any of these? Of course not. Why would you? The only reason anyone would even think about throwing money at any of these options for their social media content would just be to hedge against you having shit content. Because if your content was good, it would get the engagement that you want and it would not need your boost. But even if your video wasn't good enough to be seen organically, why would you pay for that shit video to be seen by more people? You're not only A, not getting better at creating content, but also B, you're just worsening your reputation by constantly forcing out your bad videos to be seen by more people. Just put the money and effort that you'll be using to these shortcuts into just making a better video. And you bought this course, so you already put some money where your mouth is. Now you just need the effort. So with that said, I'm gonna shut the fuck up.